It's easy to think that to grow, you need to do more products, more services, more initiatives. But what if the list itself is the problem? Yes, you can grow by doing fewer things, but only when the reduction is deliberate reallocation and not retreat. The question is not how much you do, it's where your best people and capital actually land. Cut randomly and you'll lose revenue. Cut deliberately, concentrating effort on your highest margin, highest demand work, and you will remove the drag that was quietly slowing everything else down. Here is the mechanism that most businesses miss. When you keep adding activities without removing any, your best people get spread across all of them. Not just your average performers, but your best ones. They end up spending real time on work that has very little return. ONS data shows that most UK businesses are already operating below mean labour productivity. And that gap between median firms and top performers does keep widening. Activity sprawl is the likely reason. The cost rarely shows up immediately. It compresses margins slowly, and it burns out the people you can least afford to lose. By the time it's visible, it's already been expensive for a long while. But that compression is also the signal that tells you where to look next. So start with a simple two-axis ranking. For each activity, ask, what margin does this generate, and how strong is the customer demand for it? Your 2 or 3 highest scorers on both axes are your core. Everything else is a candidate for perhaps deprioritization. Then ask yourself a second question. Where are your best people spending disproportionate time for low return? That mismatch is where the drag lives. And finally, the cleanest test. If you are starting fresh today, would you add this activity? If the honest answer is no, it shouldn't be consuming resources now. This isn't about shrinking, it's about concentrating. A team of 5 fully focused on 2 high-margin services will typically outperform the same team split across 6 average ones. The goal is to stop giving your growth activities the leftovers. Cutting the wrong things can lose customers or revenue, so sequence matters. Do not eliminate first, deprioritize first. Reduce the resource going to lower ranked activities and redirect it to that core. Then watch what happens. 3 metrics will tell you if it's working. Margin per activity. Is the return on your core work improving? Productivity per person. Are your best people producing more on the things that matter? And cash conversion. Is the business turning effort into cash more effectively? These are directional signals, not precise benchmarks. If margin and productivity are moving in the right direction after a few months, then perhaps the cut is working. If a deprioritized activity starts losing customers you can't afford to lose, then the data is perhaps telling you it was more important than it looked. Deprioritize first, measure, then decide whether to eliminate permanently. If that was of value, subscribe to the channel for one real business question answered every video. For the same clarity in writing, the website and newsletter is 5minutebusiness.com.